We'll spend the first minute of class, first 2 minutes of class in a seat. I'm going to assume a few folks more will start to hop on, but I'm going to take a comfortable seat here. Turn your hands onto your legs. Sit up nice and tall through your spine. Close your eyes. Bring your attention and your awareness to your breath, really paying attention to the rise of the inhale, the fall of your exhale. Every inhale, think head up. Every exhale, heart open. So that this month's mantra repeats on a loop through each and every breath. Head up, heart open. Keeping us available for the present moment. You're welcome to stay in silence and stillness with the breath here a little bit longer. You can also open to just a little bit of easy movement. Tuck the chin down to the chest and rock the head from side to side. Make a half moon shape, so you're just going left ear to left shoulder, chin to chest, right ear to right shoulder, back and forth like that. Keep right ear to right shoulder. And then walk your left hand out to the side so you get a little more stretch. Take the right hand on top of the left ear. Give it a little tug out to the side for a little more stretch. Bring both hands back to your thighs and change left ear to left shoulder. Opposite hand out to the side. And then left hand on top of the right ear. Bring both hands back to the thighs and chin down to the chest. Take a moment, bring the palms together, thumbs to the sternum. Offering of gratitude for your ability to be here, to practice. Joined by others, joined together. Just easy gratitude here. When you're ready, come to all fours. Good morning, everybody. As you come to all fours, do cat and cow. Pull the chest forward and through. Look up. Eyes, tailbone to the sky. Exhale, press down through the hands, knees. Round your back, drop the head. Cat pose. Keep moving back and forth here in cat and cow. Find your pace, find what feels good to you. Start to open this morning. Child's pose, press your hips back to your heels, walk your arms out long in front of you. Making an active child's pose, lift up to your fingertips, lift the forearms, elbows, upper arm bones to the sky. Try to sink the hips a little heavier down and back towards the heels. Walk both hands over to the right side. As you walk your hands over to the right, give an extra reach. Left fingertips, pull back on the left hip. Walk the hands across the center. Nice and slow over to the second side. And then walk back to the middle. Rise again to all fours. And then to downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Pedal out your feet, shake your head. And then take your right leg up into the air, three-legged dog. Let it lift just as high as you'd like to. Make the leg as straight as you can. Strengthen the muscle around the bone. Point your toes, lift, lift, lift. Come forward to plank pose and let the right leg stay lifted a little bit above the ground. Shoulders right over the back of the wrist. You could always try plank with the back knee down or lifted. Exhale, lower flat down to your mat. Lay all the way down, 2 feet to the ground. Then peel the chest up for cobra. And go back again to downward facing dog. Do just that on the left side. Lift the left leg up. Come forward to plank pose. Again, keep the left leg a few inches above the ground. Maybe a whole foot off of the ground. Be on your right knee or your right toes. Hold it here. And then exhale and lower all the way flat down against the mat. 2 feet to the ground. Inhale, lift for cobra. The shoulders want to shrug up to the ears. Let them. And then squeeze the tips of the shoulder blades back closer to each other. Squeeze in. Exhale, lower it all the way down. Press back, child's pose. And into downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward in between your hands for low lunge. Take your time, find your full stride, knee over the ankle, fingertips in line with our toes. Make the back leg straight by lifting your hips high enough that you can do so. Take the right hand up to the sky. And then lower the right hand to the inside of your foot. Spin the back heel down. Keep weight in both feet. Walk your hands out so that they're light. All the way out to the fingertips. Down dog lunge. You can be flat on the palms or just barely on the fingertips here. Try to keep most of the weight in the legs. Walk your hands back in around the front foot. Pick up your back heel. And set the left knee down to the mat. Back knee down. Quad stretch. Pull the left heel in towards your seat. You can stay and work here. Second level, bring the hands up to the front thigh. So your torso is more upright, which gives you more back bend. It'll increase the quad stretch as well. Stay there, work here. Or you can go for stage 3, left hand to the left heel, pull in. Try to keep the hips and shoulders square, still towards the front of the mat, and that'll help you know which of those 3 stages works on this side. And then slowly release the back foot. Step it all the way forward to the front of your mat, all the way up. Stand up, reach the arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, touch the ground. Half lift, extend from the hips out to the crown of your head. Okay, step back to downward facing dog. Then we'll try those 3 things on the second side. So step your left foot forward in between the hands. Take your twisted lunge first. It's left arm high. Bring the hand to the inside of your foot. Spin the back heel down. So I'm lining up front heel, straight line to the back heel here. Then walk the hands out towards the right corner of the mat for the down dog lunge. In down dog lunge, it's like the feet are in warrior 2. Hands, not quite as solid as down dog, but the reach in the arms is there. The reach in the spine is what we're looking for. Okay, bring it back into your low lunge. Pick up your back heel. Lower your right knee to the ground. And again, we have some choices here. We're trying to make the right quad find a little bit of space and stretch. So you can keep the hands down and try to pull the heel in. Come all the way up, hands to the front thigh. And pull the heel in. And take the right hand to the right foot. Pull the heel in. Long, steady breath. Slow release of the back foot. Step all the way forward, right foot to the left. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Stand all the way up, reach the arms to the sky. And bring the palms together, center of the chest. Go back to that gratitude for being here for practice, the ability to do this. The mantra of head up, heart open. To keep us in the present moment, each day, each breath, in fact, anew. Okay, we get to keep going. Lift the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Step back to plank. Three-legged dog. Take the right leg up and back. Come forward to plank pose. This time stay here or add a push-up. Down and up. And then pull the right knee into the chest and step it forward into your low lunge. Keep the left heel up and come up to high lunge. Arms to the sky. Torso up and down. Keep doing everything here, but spin the back heel down as well. So it's warrior 1. And then open the hips and shoulders to the side, extend the arms in either direction for warrior 2. So a little change, little shift in the hips and shoulders to change into warrior 2. Then can you change back to warrior one? Arms overhead. Shift the hips and shoulders to look more forward rather than to the side. Finally, pick up the back heel again, so you come to the high lunge, so you start to see little changes in between those three postures. Lower the hands down, either side of the front foot, step back to plank. Okay, left leg up and back, three-legged dog. Come forward to plank, keep the left leg lifted. Hold here at the top of the plank or add a push-up, down and up. Step it all the way through for your lunge. Come up to high lunge. Okay, everything stays. One thing different, back heel down. 2 flat feet. Back leg does the most change here. Open the right hip more towards the side, which should turn the entire body for warrior two to face the side. And bring the arms back overhead. I usually do like a little stutter step, heel toe the back foot in, turn the toes more, and turn the hips and shoulders back to the front to make warrior one again. And then lift the back heel, fully rotate for high lunge. Lower the arms, step back to plank. This time lower flat down against the mat. Cobra, peel the chest up. Go to downward facing dog, hips all the way up and back. Look in between the hands and step or jump to the front of the mat. Half lift, forward fold. Stand up, reach the arms to the sky. Palms together, center of the chest. Okay, we're gonna do one more, a lot the same, a little bit different. Inhale, lift the arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Step back to plank. Right leg lifted. Add the push-up. Pull the knee into the chest, step it forward into your lunge, high lunge. Right away, warrior two. So right open to the side. Now you do warrior one. Little turn of the back toes in, both arms overhead. From warrior one, we go to warrior three. You can launch right into it or take it slow. Hands to the hips, pick up the back heel, step, step, step in until the weight is on the right leg and you can lift the left leg. Think kind of like warrior three with left leg in the air. Take the arms straight out in front of you. Flying superhero here. And then drop both hands down, left foot down. You're into your low lunge. Step back to plank. We'll do it all on the second side. Lift the left foot a couple of inches above the ground. Add the push-up if you want. Pull the left knee into the chest. Step it through. High lunge. Warrior two, open the hips and shoulders to the side, extend the arms in either direction. Okay, for my warrior one, I'm gonna heel toe the back toes in so they can turn towards the front. Rotate hips and shoulders, arms back up to the sky. And warrior three, the balancing T-shaped pose. Go for it. If you're near a wall, a chair, a bed, something, you can always steady arms or side of the hip along to find a little more ease in the balance. Think navel towards the spine, hips square the whole time. And then lower it down to your low lunge. Slide the left foot back for plank. Lower down to the mat. Cobra, peel the chest up, press down through the hands and the feet. Downward facing dog, lift the hips high. Walk your hands backwards now to your feet. So we end up at the end of our sticky mat. Walk the hands to your feet. Think ragdoll pose, hold on to the elbows. Sway a little bit from side to side, let your head relax. Definitely have a nice bend in the knees here so that we're not overtaxing through the knee joints. And ever so slowly roll on up to standing. Roll, 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 shoulders up and back. Okay, good. Place your feet as close together as you do in mountain pose so they can touch or be just a little apart. Lift the arms up to the sky. Hold on to your right wrist and lean towards the right side in a crescent stretch. Stay there for one more breath. And then come back to the center. Hold on to the second wrist. Reach up and over. Try to keep the shoulders back, hips open. Looks good. Come back to the middle. And then take the left hand, hold on to your right upper arm bone so that your head tries to lean back into your forearm. Yeah, and then do the same thing over to the side. We're doing this as a shoulder opener as much as a side body stretch here. And then you come back to the center and do the second side. I'm trying to grab hold of the upper arm bone, lean the head back into the forearm. So that's a lot there, and then take it to the side body stretch as well. Squeeze the butt, press down into your feet. This is good prep for dolphin pose. Come back to the center. Both arms get to stretch high. Exhale, forward fold. And walk the hands out to downward facing dog. Come down to your knees. So good old all fours here. And then flip the hands. You can make the fingers face the sides of your mat. If possible, though, take the fingers to face all the way back towards your knees. 180 degrees around. Keep the hands like this and lift your right leg up and back behind you. This is the hand position for the next couple of poses. It's just that we're going to lie down on our belly and try to keep doing this. It's good to see it here. Feel it. Bring the right leg down and lift the left leg up. Okay, and then lower the left knee down. Lie down onto your belly. I think same thing, hands underneath you. So I'm going to place my hands underneath the body with the pinky fingers pretty close together. Everything kind of squishes in. It's not the most comfortable thing. And the shoulders rolled kind of down and forward towards each other. Kiss the mat, forehead to the mat. With the fingers facing back towards your toes, lift the right leg up and try to stretch it further back. And then lower the leg. So imagine that you're still on all fours, trying to do the same thing. We just changed to lie down instead. Lift the left leg up, stretch back, and then set it down. And then the kicker, trying to do both feet at the same time. Roll the shoulders down and forward, press through the hands to lift your legs up. Up, 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 squeeze them in, and then lower it down. Release your hands, arms, press back to child's pose. Bring your torso upright, sit back on your heels. You want to have enough room behind you to stretch your feet out still. Knees apart, toes together. Same position of the hands that you just did, lying down on your belly. Pinky fingers together, but then bend your elbows and stick it into your gut. Place the fingers so they're facing towards your toes. To keep the elbows into your gut, you have to round over like a big cat pose. You'll notice the shoulders are moving away from each other on your back towards the center of the chest. Try to put your head down onto the mat while keeping the elbows in your gut. A little bit of a crash landing always for me there. And then you should be looking back, fingers facing your toes. Can you do one leg straight like we've done in three-legged dog? If that works, can you do two legs straight like we just did? Can you lift the head off of the mat, elbows still in your gut? Can you lift your feet off of the mat? And then bring everything back in. We'll just pretend that was all child's pose. Come back. Child's pose. Okay, so the expression of that pose that we're going for is Mayurasana, peacock pose. It's a lot of work, a lot of stages. Take in now what works. Back to head up, heart open. Downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Look towards your hands and step or jump to the front of your yoga mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Stand up, reach the arms to the sky, and keep the arms up. Keep your right foot forward and step your left foot back. Keep stepping until you come into your full stride of high lunge. Okay, with the right foot forward, I want you to take your left elbow under the right. Hold on to the shoulders or to the hands for eagle arms. So we keep that shoulders off the back. Direction, more like cat back than cow here, more like cat. And then full eagle. Step the left foot forward and wrap it around your right leg. So we take the cues that we learned in that first series from Warrior 1 into Warrior 3, and you add the wrap for eagle pose. And then can you do Warrior 3 with eagle arms? So kick the left foot back, hinge forward at the hips. Make like a T shape in the body with eagle arms. Go back to your high lunge. Unwrap your arms. Lower the hands on either side of the front foot. Stay with me here. Lower the back knee down. Bring the hands up to the front thigh. And we've already done this. We're going to see it again. Pull the left heel in. About halfway through practice now, maybe a little more doable than it was at the beginning. Hold left hand to the left foot. Nice and easy, release your pose. Step it back to plank, right foot to the left. You choose, what do you want to do here? A push-up, a hold, vinyasa flow with chaturanga and cobra. You choose. Everyone then, do downward facing dog. Okay, gaze forward to your hands and make your way forward. Let's stand up all the way, lift the arms and keep the arms lifted. Left foot stays forward, step your right foot back. Scooch it back until you find your full stride. We've got to do our eagle arms here, so it should be right arm under the left. And you pick shoulders, back of hands, front of palms. Okay, strong in the core. Full eagle. Wrap the right leg over the left. Woo. Sometimes it gets a little breezy trying to go into those balances, right? Find your way. Each new breath, a new opportunity. And from eagle, we'll go back into, no, we're not. We're going into warrior three and eagle arms. Kick your right leg back behind you, unwind. Hinge at the hips. Think one line from the hips to the head. And then you go back to your high lunge. Unwrap your arms, lift them up to the sky. Ever so slowly lower your right knee down to the mat. Bring the hands to the thigh. Stay and work here, or pull the back heel in. Squeeze the glutes. Take the right hand to the right foot, either side. Do you want to grab the big toe side, the pinky toe side? Kind of like what's working. Pull the heel in towards the hip. And then nice and slow, release. Step it back to plank. You get your choice. What do you want to do here? About 3 breaths. Hold the plank. Some push-ups, chaturanga to cobra. Maybe it's child's pose. What does the heart tell you? And then everyone joins in downward facing dog. Come down to all fours and sit back on your heels. Torso upright. Okay, take the hands straight out in front of you. Hold on to your elbows. And can you imagine lengthening from your shoulder out to your elbow like it's trying to go further out? But as you lengthen from shoulder to elbow, try to broaden across your chest so you don't get to do cat pose with it. Extending out from shoulder to elbow, but still kind of like lift the chest up and through. And it's that action happening as then take the arms up towards the sky. So we're not rounding in. We try to pull through. If you have a lot of movement in your low back here, you might overdo it. Belly, ribs start to puff out towards the front. Can you keep drawing your elbows up towards the sky, but also draw your belly back in towards the body, towards the spine? Oy, oy, oy. This is the feeling you want to recreate. In the next pose, release the arms down. The next pose is dolphin. So I want you to come down to your forearms. And let's do it this way. Hold on to your elbows. And imagine you're pushing your elbows down into the mat that actually rebounds and makes you lift more up towards the sky. Okay. Change your hands, actually palms up, straight out in front of you. They don't get to come closer in. Elbows don't get to move. Palms up to the sky. Push down a lot through your pinky finger. And then rotate all the way out towards your thumb. And still try to pull your chest forward and through. But round a little bit in the belly to keep navel towards the spine. So much work. Walk the toes back so you're in plank pose. And then walk the feet forward towards the elbows and lift, lift, lift your hips for dolphin. Now, how much can you recreate what we just did sitting back on our heels? I'm going to push down through the forearms, draw the chest through, now towards the feet, but without letting the belly do the same thing. Belly has to stay in towards the spine. Lower your knees down to the mat. Give yourself a little break and then turn the palms over so the palms are down on the mat now. Exact same work, it's just palms down instead of palms up. It might be a little easier, but what we have to make sure that we don't let happen, don't let your elbows splay out to the sides. The elbows still, I want them to stay straight back, center of the wrist to elbow, elbow as wide as the shoulders. Okay, let's try. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, dolphin. Like you're trying to grow, shoulders higher up to the sky. So the more that you press down in the forearms, you'll get that lift in the upper arm bone. Pull the chest through so you're looking at your feet. But navel, a little tuck in towards the spine. And then can you add three-legged dog to it? Lift one leg up. Lower it down. Your head should have clearance away from the ground the entire time here. Left leg or second leg up. And then set it down and lower the knees. And then it should feel good to take the hands back towards the feet. Let the shoulders round in, head down. So very tight knit. Lift your torso so you're sitting back on your heels. Take an easy twist to one side and to the other side. Have a seat on your butt. Extend your legs straight out in front of you. Inhale, lift both arms up to the sky. Make as much of an L shape as you can. Sometimes there's a little bend in the knees of your L so that the hips, shoulders can stay over each other rather than rounding back. Hold on to your elbows overhead one more time here. That's your dolphin shape again, just in a different plane, yeah? You can relax, round the back, fold over your legs. Seated forward fold. Just a nice, easy rounding everywhere. Give yourself 5 to 6 good long breaths here. I want you to change to lie down onto your back and pull your knees into the chest. I know for most of you the timing of our Wednesday 9 a.m. live stream doesn't work, but if you're able to watch it back, this week I'll be working more on dolphin pose and prep going to forearm stand. So if you're looking for that, check it out at some point. It'll be up all month. Take the hands out into a T shape. Drop both knees over to the right side. Bring the knees across the center. Drop them over to the left side. And back into the middle. Give yourself one more little squeeze there. And find your final still position. If you'd like to lie down on your back here, stay here. Come up to a comfortable seat for a moment of meditation and sit. You're, of course, always welcome to stay longer. We're here for about 90 seconds. If you're lying back, slowly take your time to return to a seated position. Take the hands for your closing, whether it's palms together or grounded down along the legs, what works. And I'll close today in the sound of Om, a way of keeping the goodness of the practice going throughout the day as we transition. You're welcome to sing along, to listen, to tune it out. Empty out the breath here. Take a deep breath in. And from the light within me, I bow, I honor, full thanks to that same light within you. Namaste.